Rise and shine, everyone. It is Friday. I'm so excited, and it has been a wonderful week here on Rise and Shine. We've had some incredible guests, got to learn a lot, got to meet with our community members, and just see all the cool things that are happening here in Calhoun County and Etowah County and Cherokee County and all these surrounding areas. So thank you so much for tuning in and starting your day with us every morning. If you want to be a guest on Rise and Shine, please give me an email. You can reach me at Courtney@tv24.tv. So I'd love to invite you to come in and tell us about your story. If you're making an impact on the community in a positive way, we want to hear about it. So again, it is Friday morning, May the 3rd, so 7:30 in your morning, and on Fridays, we get to celebrate it with Alabama Cares with our friend Ellen Hurst. So welcome, Ellen.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Friday.
We have a lot to celebrate on today, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yes,
we do.
So tell us, May is a special month.
Yes, it's Older Americans Month.
Older Americans Month.
It's Older Americans Month. And it's been that way since, I think it was first in 1963, I think, with when President Kennedy was the one that established that. And then every year it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And when you work for the Area Agency on Aging, you celebrate it big. So,
You do.
Yeah, so we celebrate it every year.
That's something that you celebrate daily, though, is older Americans.
We celebrate all of our I say the older generation, but
Yes. And our Jeff Sparks in here, he may be an older American, but he sure looks young.
Right.
All that hair that he has.
Fountain of youth over here.
I know it. We need to know what his secret is.
Drink his water. You
Drink a lot of water.
That's a good
Yes.
advice.
And make sure to drink a lot of water. Stay hydrated.
Yes.
We had a friend in, what was it, Monday, Rodney was here with Vita Era. And he has developed a really tasty solution for hydration. We might have to let you know about that, Ellen, because
Okay,
that
cool.
it has 0 sugar, 0 artificial flavors. He sweetens it with stevia, so it's a very healthy choice. And it has potassium and magnesium. You definitely would have to share that with some of your caregivers, because I know
yes,
hydration
definitely.
is something so important.
It's very important.
And sometimes we can't get hydration by water alone. We have to have those electrolytes.
Electrolytes, definitely.
So that's really cool. So that's Vita Era. So you'll have to check it out. So that was cool. We talked all about hydration and the benefits and cramping and how tough that can be. And as you get, older, it is a little harder to figure out how to successfully hydrate and to stay, to exercise and to all of these
yes.
things that, it just makes it harder to do. I was talking to my husband this morning about, oh my goodness, and he said, well, when you get older, it's harder to keep the weight off. My husband said that to me this morning.
As we all know that.
That's going to work out real good for you. But it's true, though. I mean, it does. I mean, it's, as we get older, our metabolism changes.
And that's what Mama used to say all the time, in my head, I'm still 25, 30.
Yeah.
But then when I get up in the morning, my body says, no, you're not.
No, you're not. It happens, but goodness, aren't we blessed to be able to get older every day?
Oh, yes. It's always a good day when you wake up in the morning.
Amen.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that's what we want to celebrate, and we want to make sure that everyone is taking that time for self-care.
Oh, yes,
Yes.
definitely. And Older Americans Month is just to celebrate the older Americans and to do activities with them and all that kind of stuff, and to let them know that they're just as important as our youth is.
Absolutely.
You learn a lot from talking to older folks.
I think sometimes with our youth, they don't realize that.
Yeah, and the older folks were young one time too.
Yeah, they were your age once upon a time, believe it or not.
Yeah, once upon a time they were, and it's a joy to see our older Americans, like in our 10-county region, our seniors. They're just a joy to work with, but it's also a joy to celebrate with them, and they love it. And the older folks like to have fun too. They like to do things, and we encourage everyone out there to, make sure that you do activities with your older folks and stuff, especially this month.
If you can keep up with them, you go dancing with someone in their 60s and you might not be able to keep up. I don't know if the kids these days really even know how to get out and do some dancing, because they're this, they've got their phone scrolling. Get out and move your body. It's fun. It's good for you, and it's fun.
Definitely.
And go sit with someone. You can learn, like you said, so much.
Oh, yes.
From
Go
your
to your
seniors.
nursing homes or your assisted livings or people in your church. I mean, just people in your next door neighbor or whoever, and just sit down and talk to them. And a lot of times seniors are very lonely, especially the ones that live on, by themselves, or their children live out of state or out of town, or, just to visit from someone, to talk to them. I mean, that means the world to them. I mean, when we go visit clients, lots of times, if the caregiver's not there, sometimes, the caregiver can be busy, and they spend time with that older person, but they don't spend quality time, if that makes sense, because they're having to work, they're having to take care of their kids, and then in the meantime taking care of the person that they're taking care of, so they really don't have time to visit lots of times or have long conversations. I mean, and it's not that they mean to, it's just they're doing the best that they can, and it's just nice to have someone to come in and help them with that too, give them a little ease of mind that somebody's spending some time with their senior as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, because when that caregiver, because they're giving care, so that's what they're focused on.
Oh, yes.
And sometimes when your focus is on that, you kind of forget to refocus on things like that, just sitting and having a conversation or playing a game, like a fun board game or a puzzle. That was one of my favorite things to do when I was getting to give care to my Meemaw. She was a very special woman. She loved puzzles. So we would sit there and put puzzles together or color. She had these like adult coloring books that she loved to do, and then we would sing together. That was some of my
music's
favorite.
always a hit, and playing cards with them, dominoes, just anything, just because while you're playing games you can engage in conversation while you're playing whatever, or putting a puzzle together or whatever. But they enjoy that. Any time that's spent with them, they love that.
Yeah, we've got to normalize that, making sure that people are back into. I know during the past few years that we weren't able to go in and visit nursing homes as much, and we were a little worried to go in, of course, to our seniors' homes, because we were afraid to get them sick.
And that was a sad time too.
So sad.
It was a very sad time, because during that time, I mean, that's when you saw a lot of depression. You saw a lot of people decline because isolation is horrible especially for your elderly population that are already considered isolated or lonely, and then you add to that COVID, and even the workers sometimes couldn't even, as many workers couldn't come in. So that was a horrible time. I hope that's a thing of the past, and we never ever have to speak that word again. I hope.
Me too. Absolutely. Because that was such a hard time, and we're not meant to be isolated. We're meant to.
We're social beings. Yes,
we are. We need people. We need human interaction. Most everyone does. I mean, there are some that thrive on being alone, but I don't think.
Teach his own. That's fine.
Yeah, of course. But I don't think that is like your norm. Like that's not your.
That's not
the average person wants to have that human interaction, and I think we so often get so busy doing our own things during the day, and we forget that, hey, you know what? We could take an hour a week to brighten someone's day.
Oh, yeah, and it brightens your day. To me, it fulfills me because when you talk to someone and they come back to you and say, thank you so much, that just meant the world to me, and you see a smile on their face, I mean, that makes your day.
It really does. It does. I've got to get back in. I was telling you, I used to take my guitar to the nursing homes, and that's when, of course, my grandparents spent some time, and so then I continued doing that, and then, of course, with COVID, I got away from it, but I'm going to challenge myself to start doing that again, even if I just go in, like you said, I mean, even an hour a week. I mean, that's a very short amount of time, but that can make a huge difference in someone's life.
And you can do it close to your home. I mean, like close to where you live, or make it like a Sunday outing, like after church, or something like that you could just set that time aside, because they appreciate it. And and you'll appreciate it because the feeling you get from giving back to somebody.
It's a beautiful thing. Well,
Yes,
I'm definitely
it is.
going to challenge myself, and I think we're going to throw that challenge out to you also. Do something good for someone today or tomorrow or anytime this weekend or week. Take some time to go visit with someone who you may know or maybe you don't know, because you can learn a lot. You can get some really cool stories because
Yes.
they've had a whole lifetime. I mean, think about the stories that towards the end of, in your life that you can share with people. I mean, you can learn some
Oh,
really
yeah.
fun things
Yes,
by
you
visiting
can.
with someone.
Yes, you can. I have learned a lot from my caregivers and the people they take care of a lot. So yeah, some
I'm
very
sure.
interesting stories.
They can be fun. So take some time to go visit with someone and to go brighten your day and brighten their day as well. There's all kinds of opportunities. I don't think the nursing homes now they're not saying, no, you can't come in. I mean, Go in, see how you can volunteer. Stop by your local nursing home and say, hey, I would like to volunteer. And even if you just have a short amount of time during the week, that's okay, because even just a small amount of time can make a huge difference.
And there's people that are busy that do it once a month. I mean,
Sure.
something is better than nothing.
Absolutely.
And that's a joy that they get, that they look forward to. Even if it's going there and if you have like a bingo game, oh my gosh, you would make best friends for life going
My
there.
husband's good at calling bingo.
Yeah,
He loves it. With any of our family gatherings, he's always the one we play bingo for, Christmas, for extra
Right,
prizes and stuff.
right.
It's so fun, and so he loves it.
That's
He would be
fun.
great at that. Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna both do that. I'm gonna challenge Warren. I'm gonna challenge you to go call bingo at the local nursing home.
Oh, they will love that.
He
And
would
he's got a
love
good
it too.
personality.
He does.
They would love him.
Yeah, he's fun. I think they would both enjoy it. He would enjoy the attention too. He would. That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Well, we have so many fun things to talk about. Older Americans Month, we're celebrating that today, the rest of the day, and really every day with
Every
Alabama
day.
Cares. So we're going to go check in with your local area weather and see a little bit about what's going on in the world, in our community, with news, and check in with our sponsors. And we will be right back. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Good morning, everyone. We have a very rainy weekend ahead of us. Today, temperatures are getting up to 84 degrees, and we will have a 60% chance of scattered thunderstorms. Now, similarly, tomorrow, again, a high of 84 and a 60% chance, but just of rain showers. Then on Sunday, we'll have a high of 87 degrees with a 40% chance of rain. I'm Lacey Clontz with your TV 24 weather.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upward Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery in Oxford is the area's leading auto body shop, serving Anniston, Oxford, Talladega, and surrounding areas since 1996. They specialize in auto body repair and refinishing, paint correction, paintless dent repair, towing, and so much more. For all of your auto body needs, contact Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery at 256-835-1170. Also online at HughesPaintandBody.com.
At Family Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama, where it's a country feel but professional care. Come see us today.
I'm Alan Parnell, the Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Looking for the best deals in town? Tune in to Shop 24, your ultimate destination for exclusive discounts and savings.
From local restaurants to grocery stores and everything in between, we've got unbeatable deals waiting just for you.
But remember, these deals are hot and limited, so grab your phone fast and be the first to dial in.
Don't miss out on the savings.
Tune in to Shop 24 and shop smart today. Jazz hands! I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV 24 News update. Donald Trump Jr. took to social media to ask why Alabama cannot pass a bill allowing the people to vote on a lottery. He said gaming is always a hot topic when he talks to people from Alabama. He stated on X, in quote, "I'm excited to be in Alabama next week for a fundraiser for my dad, but whenever I ask anyone from there what's going on in the state, this is all they talk about. Why is their Senate refusing to let the people vote on a clean bill to legalize the lottery and fund education when 45 states already do it? Wouldn't they rather keep the billions of dollars in Alabama instead of sending it to other states? Makes no sense to me." Governor Kay Ivey has urged lawmakers to get a lottery bill passed this session. She told reporters on Wednesday, in quote, "My position has remained unchanged. It's time for the voters of Alabama to have their say. Legislators have had their say all along. Now it's time for the Alabama voters to vote, and let's get this done." Trump Jr. will be speaking at a fundraising event in Birmingham on May 9th for his father, Donald J. Trump. The Department of Justice recently recommended reclassifying marijuana, which would remove it from the same category as other drugs such as heroin. This could have significant implications nationwide, including in Alabama. According to Jefferson County District Attorney Danny Carr, these federal changes won't make much of a difference at the state level. If you are caught with marijuana, the amount you have will determine whether you are facing a misdemeanor or felony charge. If you are caught with a small amount of the drug, it could be considered a misdemeanor, indicating that it might have been for personal use. But if you are caught again with the same amount, it becomes a felony. Possessing 2 pounds or more of marijuana is an automatic felony in Alabama. The U.S. Attorney General has recommended that cannabis be classified as a Schedule III drug, indicating a low potential for dependency. He stated, in quote, "The state still has the right to regulate marijuana as they see fit under what they call the state police powers. And right now, our state legislature has not made a move when it comes to decriminalization. As it relates to reclassification of marijuana, it only concerns federal cases or cases that happen in federal court." For WEAC TV 24, I'm Lacey Klontz.
Rise and shine, everyone. It is Friday, May the 3rd, 7:48 in your morning, and we are so happy to have you with us. Today, we are celebrating Older Americans Month, and that's going to be the whole month of May. And so we are here with our friend Ellen Hurst with Alabama Cares. Hey, Ellen.
Hello.
It's always so fun to get to spend my Fridays with you.
It's fun.
I
For
love
me
it.
to spend them with you as well.
Well, thank you. Thanks for getting up early, because we definitely get to do that.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting used to it now.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm really not a morning person
neither
per
am
se.
I. No.
But when you get to come in and visit with great people and get to learn new things, it makes it a lot easier. Like, I'm actually like getting up on my own and I'm all chipper, and my husband's like, "Who are you? And what have you done with my wife?"
And I actually have had people say that they've watched some of our shows on Fridays and it was interesting information, which made me
Yes.
feel good. So
Yes.
we want to get information out to our counties and to our communities. So that made me feel good. So I was like, you know what? I need to do this. So,
Yeah, like TV star. Yes.
Well, I don't know about that, but
No, it's great when we get to visit, because there are so often, there are so many ways to get information, but yet sometimes we don't ever get the information. Like, I wasn't aware of your programs or the things that you
Right.
do.
Everybody says we're the best kept secret. I don't know.
So
We're
we gotta
always
get
out
the
in
secret out.
communities, though. I mean, we do health fairs. We're out educating people, or all the time. But we can't reach everybody, I guess, at one time. So
You can't, but hopefully this can. So if you know someone who's a caregiver or someone who is entering that space, especially because that can be a really scary space right there. If you have a loved one that has dementia or Alzheimer's, or just needs care, just has gotten older in age and just needs some care.
Well, I tell everyone that caregiving touches everyone, whether you're young or old, whether you believe it or not, because either you are a caregiver, you're going to be a caregiver, you know someone who's a caregiver, or you're going to need a caregiver. So, yeah. So, I mean, caregiving touches everyone, whether you realize it or not.
Yeah, at some point in our lives, we've needed care to start our lives, and we need
Yes,
we'll need care to end our
exactly,
lives.
exactly.
And you often don't think about what it takes to be a caregiver until you are in that situation. You think, oh yeah, when my parents get older, I'll take care of them. But then you don't often realize all of the things that come along with it, all of the supplies that you need and the knowledge that you need. I mean, how do you change this? How often do you, you know?
And your time is so consumed. I mean, I know when I was taking care of my mom, I was single. And I couldn't imagine having a husband and kids at the same time, so I could only imagine how my other caregivers feel. But I was working full time because, you know, the power company's not going to understand that I have to take care of my mom. I mean, I still had to keep the power on, you know. So when my mama passed, it was very eye-opening because I didn't realize how much of my time was spent being a caregiver, because I was like, oh wow, what do I do with all this stuff?
What do I do now?
Yeah, because I didn't realize how much time I actually spent being a caregiver, going to her house, going to do this, going to get groceries, going to the pharmacy, doing all these things. And caregivers do a lot, and you're not, the doctor doesn't send, I mean, I love doctors, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say anything bad about doctors at all, I promise. But doctors are wonderful, but they can't tell a caregiver, okay, well, we're going to give you a class to take to go home and be a caregiver. I mean, you're just thrown into that role. Okay, this is what's going on. And that's it. Especially,
they can't come home with you and
right,
get you set up.
Especially if it's dementia or Alzheimer's or anything like that. And well, anything really, cancer, stroke patients, heart patients, I mean, everything. Just like Sandy last week talked about, her son who had an accident, and all of a sudden she's a caregiver and he's living back home. So there's a lot of ways how you're thrown into the role of being a caregiver, and you have nothing. You have no classes, the knowledge is just, and that's where we come in. I mean, we don't have all the answers, but we'll help you any way we can.
And you can help find the answers. You can be a resource to find.
We're not there to do everything for you.
Right.
My biggest thing is, and I tell caregivers that a lot, I tell them, we're there to empower you. We're there for you to be your best advocate. I'm going to advocate for you now, but I'm going to teach you how to advocate for yourself. Be your best advocate, be your best advocate.
Yes.
So we can give them all the resources and all the education we can while they're on our program and while we have them at that time. But hopefully we gave them the knowledge and the courage to move on. And just like with Sandy, she's awesome. I mean, as a matter of fact, I'm meeting with her next week to start a support group.
Yes, and
she's
that's
going
so
needed. So she and I already have a meeting, and she's going to start a support group in her area, which is in Cherokee County. So just giving them the encouragement and the tools to advocate for themselves.
Yeah, that's important. And Sandy was such a great guest. I enjoyed so much meeting her. Sandy, thank you. And for sharing your story, because sometimes that's hard too, to get out and to open up and say, this is my story, and this is how I'm going to utilize my situation to benefit others and to help others. And sometimes talking about it also benefits like you, and you get to be able to talk it out loud.
That's why we highly encourage support groups. I mean, unfortunately, going back to the C word, COVID, they depleted all of our support groups. And so when people call us all the time, they say, like, well, do you have a support group? No, we don't. No one. I mean, if you want to start one, hey, start a support group. We would love for you to do that.
Yeah, reach out to Ellen. She'll help give you some resources, help you get it started, give you some tips.
But we do have, at work, a program called True Alta, and True Alta is online because sometimes caregivers can't go to support groups.
Sure.
Because you're 24/7.
Yes. You can't leave your care.
You're only, a caregiver's time, because they're working, taking care of somebody, their only time may be sitting at home at 10, 11 o'clock at night with a cup of coffee on their computer. we get it. So that's why we have True Alta. True Alta is a wonderful program. We assign portals. They just give us their email address. We assign you a portal, and you go into that portal and you do it on your own time. So there's a lot of like classes that you can take for caregiving, like how to do personal care, how to take care of someone with that's bedbound, fall prevention, Alzheimer's and dementia education on there, and you can actually do it on your own pace, and then you can print out your own certificate when you complete each one. But then in addition to that, there's online support groups. So you can talk to people all over the United States, not just here. So everybody, you know, so there's people on there that you can talk to, just, you know, and some people don't like to go on a one-on-one, especially in their community. Some people just don't want to, they just don't feel comfortable doing that, and that's fine. Yeah. And if you don't, you can do this online. I mean, you're never going to see that person in Michigan, or, you know.
Unless you choose to.
Yeah, unless you choose
unless you
to.
become great friends on the.
But it's just a good way for them to still be able to go to a support group, but not having to actually physically go to the support group.
There's a lot of power in that, knowing that you're not alone and knowing that somebody is there to listen.
You're in the same boat. You're not the only one dealing with this. And sometimes, especially when you're dealing with behavioral issues like with dementia or so forth, I always say that it's always great to talk to other caregivers, because you can say, hey, have you ever experienced this? What did you do?
Yes.
You know, and you can learn a lot from each other, bounce ideas off of each other. So that's very important.
Yeah, because they might have thought of something that you're like, oh, yeah, because I mean, we don't always think of everything.
Exactly.
And vice versa. You share that information. Well, this is what I do. Oh, well, that's a great idea. Let me implement that as well, because you're not alone. How many people are in the care of someone? Is there any statistics on that?
There's big statistics on there, and actually, just like in Alabama is #1 in deaths with dementia and Alzheimer's.
Really?
You know, there's the big umbrella is dementia, then you have types of dementia, and Alzheimer's is the most commonly diagnosed dementia, but we are #1. There's a person diagnosed with dementia every 63 seconds in the United States.
Wow.
In the United States, 1 every 63 seconds. So it's just getting more and more. And Alabama is just, and the number of caregivers, and if you had, I know one of the statistics is if you had to pay them for that care that the caregivers are given, just Alzheimer's patients now, we're not talking about cancer patients, paraplegic patients, you know, stroke patients, none of that, just simply Alzheimer's alone. If we had to pay those caregivers, it would be over $4 billion.
I'm speechless. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they're sitting at home taking care of these folks and not getting paid.
Yeah.
You know,
they need those resources.
And Alzheimer's kills more people every year in the United States, more than prostate and breast cancer combined.
Really?
Yes.
So these are things that I never
People
realized.
don't realize that. Yeah.
No. And that's why your service is so great. And they also don't necessarily realize what it is to be a dementia patient. And you have explored that with med students. And when we get back, I want to elaborate on that, because that's a great program that you do. Because sometimes we don't realize until we walk a mile in someone's shoes, and we can't always do that. And so Ellen provides a way for people to know what it's like to struggle with dementia, so then we can be more empathetic to those. So when we get back, we're going to talk more about that. Stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on TV 24. We'll be right back.
Good morning, everyone. We have a very rainy weekend ahead of us. Today, temperatures are getting up to 84 degrees, and we will have a 60% chance of scattered thunderstorms. Now, similarly, tomorrow, again, a high of 84 and a 60% chance, but just of rain showers. Then on Sunday, we'll have a high of 87 degrees with a 40% chance of rain. I'm Lacey Clance with your TV 24 weather.
Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
You need strength, resilience, and hope to face life's challenges. and I found all 3 at Gaston State Community College. I'm Jada Pickens, an office administration student at Gaston State's Ayers campus in Anniston. Along with attending classes, I work full-time. Life is very demanding. There's a real sense of support at Gaston State. The faculty and staff care about us as individuals and want us to thrive in the classroom and in life. Thank you, Gaston State, for giving me the wings to fly to new, unexpected heights.
All right. A little more about academics. Parents, do you want to secure a bright future for young people? We have science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Get your kids involved with Academic STEM Kits. Go to www.academics.com to order your STEM kits. It's going to be STEM-tastic.
Hello, I'm Taylor Sloan with the City of Oxford, with a word about one of our city's most precious resources, water. Clean water enriches our lives in so many ways, but we cannot afford to take it for granted. Remember, every time you pour something unnatural down the drain or in the environment, and every time you litter, our beautiful lakes and creeks suffer. Our city is beautiful. Let's all join together to keep it that way. Stop pollution where it starts, and help protect our waters for life.
The weather is warming up and spring is just around the corner at Miller Sand and Landscape Supply. I'm Craig Miller and we've got something for everyone. From bulk materials like sand, gravel, and mulch to beautiful outdoor decor to make your outdoor living space the envy of the neighborhood. See our beautiful selection of Mazzarelli fountains, flowers to brighten your garden, and an outdoor center loaded with beautiful decor. Whether you need a little or a lot, visit Miller Sand and Landscape Supply.
I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV 24 News update. Donald Trump Jr. took to social media to ask why Alabama cannot pass a bill allowing the people to vote on a lottery. He said gaming is always a hot topic when he talks to people from Alabama. He stated on X, in quote, "I'm excited to be in Alabama next week for a fundraiser for my dad, but whenever I ask anyone from there what's going on in the state, this is all they talk about. Why is their Senate refusing to let the people vote on a clean bill to legalize the lottery and fund education when 45 states already do it? Wouldn't they rather keep the billions of dollars in Alabama instead of sending it to other states? Makes no sense to me." Governor Kay Ivey has urged lawmakers to get a lottery bill passed this session. She told reporters on Wednesday, in quote, "My position has remained unchanged. It's time for the voters of Alabama to have their say. Legislators have had their say all along. Now it's time for the Alabama voters to vote, and let's get this done." Trump Jr. will be speaking at a fundraising event in Birmingham on May 9th for his father, Donald J. Trump. The Department of Justice recently recommended reclassifying marijuana, which would remove it from the same category as other drugs such as heroin. This could have significant implications nationwide, including in Alabama. According to Jefferson County District Attorney Danny Carr, these federal changes won't make much of a difference at the state level. If you are caught with marijuana, the amount you have will determine whether you are facing a misdemeanor or felony charge. If you are caught with a small amount of the drug, it could be considered a misdemeanor, indicating that it might have been for personal use. But if you are caught again with the same amount, it becomes a felony. Possessing 2 pounds or more of marijuana is an automatic felony in Alabama. The U.S. Attorney General has recommended that cannabis be classified as a Schedule III drug, indicating a low potential for dependency. He stated, in quote, "The state still has the right to regulate marijuana as they see fit under what they call the state police powers. And right now, our state legislature has not made a move when it comes to decriminalization. As it relates to reclassification of marijuana, it only concerns federal cases or cases that happen in federal court." For WEAC TV 24, I'm Lacey Florence.
Rise and shine, everyone. It is Friday. 8:03 in the morning. I like to sing Friday. It is May the 3rd, and we are here starting our day off with Alabama Cares, talking all things about caregiving and Older Americans Month. Yes. We're celebrating that, as you do every day, really.
Every day.
You do.
Every day.
And we want to make sure everyone is celebrated out there, all of the older Americans. We appreciate you. We want to know how you're celebrating Older Americans Month, and we also want to hear from you on somebody who makes a big difference in your life. If there's a older American that you just want to share your stories and you're on social media, we want to invite you to hashtag AL Cares for Seniors. So hashtag that. If you want to put a post up about a special senior in your life or a special caregiver or how you are celebrating Older Americans Month, if you want to promote wellness, if you want to talk about some fun ways to exercise, if there's, Ellen and I were talking about silver sneakers, if you do aqua Zumba or pickleball or any way that you stay fit, we want to challenge you to hashtag AL Cares for Seniors.
Yes.
So share that with us. We want to help share and promote and give thanks to our seniors and to,
I would like to see
celebrate
how other people celebrate Older Americans Month, because I know how we do at our work. But,
yes.
But
Tell us about that.
Oh dear, we have a big event. We cover 10 counties. Like I said, we cover 10 counties. There's a lot of counties. So we cover 10 counties, and we have about 12 to 1,500 seniors that come together at one time. And we meet at the Hall of Fame in Talladega at the racetrack. And we celebrate all of our seniors at our senior centers, and we have vendors that come set up. We have a band. The band plays all kinds of great music, and we have folks dancing and just, visiting each other and making friends, making new friends, seeing old friends from, like I said, from our senior centers from all across our 10-county region. They come. So we feed them lunch, and then I'm always on the stage, and I help with I actually run the hula hoop contest, and we have a twist contest, and we have best dressed. The national theme is a little bit different than our local themes, and everybody does a little bit different, but and you could do whatever you want to, like whatever you want to, just celebrate Older Americans Month. Yes, but this year ours is actually Happy Days. So Happy Days is our theme this year, so I can't wait, because we also do Best Dressed. So I am sure that I'll be seeing lots of poodle skirts, maybe.
Cute. I love it.
Some saddle shoes, maybe. Some scarves, and some ponytails, maybe.
I want to sneak in. I want to come see this event. Can I come in?
It is awesome. Yes, come.
I'd love to. I want to try to do the twist. I want to learn some dance moves.
Oh, it's great, and that's how our work celebrates every year, and it's a big event. And Amanda Venger, she's over our nutrition program, and she and Sarah Seals, they do a awesome job. Belva was our nutrition director a few years back, and Amanda took over, and they all and Belva still comes, and she helps from time to time as well, and they do a fantastic job, because that's a big production.
Yeah,
1,500 to 1,500 people. That's a big
goodness.
production. So they are wonderful, and it takes all hands on. To actually do the program, because all of us, like, we'll be there. My team, Alabama Cares team, we will be there Wednesday for prep. So we will be stuffing 12 to 1,500 bags. We'll be putting out their placemats and their waters at the tables and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, so
it's a big event.
It takes all of us at East Alabama to teamwork makes the dream work.
It does. Absolutely.
So we don't mind helping each other, because that's what makes it such a great big success. So we'll be there next Thursday on the 9th. That's when we'll be there.
You're going to be tired Friday morning next Friday when we get to visit.
Maybe not. One of my coworkers tells me I make her tired. She says I have too much energy.
That's good. That's good.
But
and it's so great that you utilize your energy to help others. I mean, the things that you're going to be doing Wednesday night to prepare for Thursday, and the event on Thursday is going to touch the lives of so many.
Oh yes, and I mean, you have to have a ticket to actually come to the event. We'll give you an exception since you're with the TV station. But,
we'll cover it. We'll make sure we get some good footage to show you next Friday. We can show you footage.
I'll try to take some video. It's wonderful, and to see them dancing and having a good time, and they'll find dance partners, and some of them even dance, like, do ballroom dancing, which is fantastic. Yeah, because I can't do that.
We need to bring that that back. That is an art that we need to
It's awesome
yes.
to watch them, and you can't help but smile when you see them out there having a ball. I mean, they're having so much fun. I mean,
I love it.
and you know, just because, and you and I talked about this before, just because you're older doesn't mean you don't want to have fun. I mean, you know,
you probably want to have more fun when you're older.
I'm older, and I still like to have fun.
You do.
That never goes away, and they appreciate it so much. And every time they leave after the event's over and they go back to their buses, they are always, and they're going, bye, see you next year, thank you.
They're ready. They look forward to it.
They look forward to it every year. And during COVID, when we couldn't do it, it was just such a bummer. And so actually, you know, the first year when we were back from COVID, it was just huge because everybody was like, oh,
just ready to get out, get together, and dance, and have a band.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's going to be fun. Well, I can't wait to come by on next Thursday, and we'll make sure that we give you some videos of that, and that'll cause some smiles. And we'll hashtag AL Cares for Seniors as well.
I want to see what everybody else is doing. And there's so many activities that you can do. I mean, even with your churches or just your neighborhood. I mean, go visit somebody or take them a picnic basket and, you know, sit on their front porch with them and have a picnic, or, you know, just something, you know, just to spend some time with them, or do events at your church, or do events with your groups. I mean, if you're in school, like get some of your friends together and do an event, or if you're in college, get some of your, you know, sororities, fraternities, whoever, you know, get something to get going. You know, have a puzzle contest. You know, have little puzzles out and have teams of puzzle. You know, and then whoever wins gets a prize. Or, you know, there's all different kinds of creative ways that you can do to celebrate Older Americans Month and make them feel good, and it makes you feel good too.
Yes, and if you want to do that with one of your groups and you're wondering how or where to get started or where to find the people to invite, Ellen will help you with that. You can reach out, you can give her and her team a call, and she can get you started on the right track.
And you can also go to the website that we went to, you know, is it the ACL?
ACL?
Yeah, the ACL.org, I think. They're the ones that talks about a lot about the Older Americans Month. And, you know, you can go there and get a bunch of ideas. I mean, there's like, I'm sitting here looking at this piece of paper, there's like all different kinds of, you can do things at the library, you can do things at your community centers. Ask your local town community center, you know, hey, what can we do for Older Americans Month? Can we do something, or can we do something at church? Or, you know, there's all different, just be creative. And make sure that you use the hashtag.
Yes,
please
we're going to show that again. Hashtag AL Cares for Seniors. So hashtag that. If you're doing something special for seniors, hashtag it. We want to know. We want to know what you're doing for those seniors in your life. If you're a community organization or community center and you're doing something special, we want to know. Make sure in the month of May that you're doing something, even if you take 30 minutes out of your month to go and sit with a senior, go put together a puzzle, go take them on a walk, just go sit and hear the stories, let them talk with you. Hashtag AL Cares for Seniors. We want to know what you're doing. Ellen, we were about to go to a break. We started talking about some of these classes that you do, and one recently that you did was with med prep students.
Yes.
And so with these med prep students, you went out, and of course they're learning how to handle dementia patients, but sometimes it's really nice to know what these people go through, the people that have dementia, what they go through in order to best serve them. And so that's one of the things that you did. But hey, we're going to have to do that on our next break. So when we come back, we really are going to dive into that.
Yes.
So we're going to go to a quick break, and we're going to leave you with that hashtag AL Cares for Seniors. We'll be right back.
Good morning, everyone. We have a very rainy weekend ahead of us. Today, temperatures are getting up to 84 degrees, and we will have a 60% chance of scattered thunderstorms. Now, similarly, tomorrow, again, a high of 84 and a 60% chance, but just of rain showers. Then on Sunday, we'll have a high of 87 degrees with a 40% chance of rain. I'm Lacey Clontz with your TV 24 weather.
You may not believe it, but it's true. The 2024 Team 1 Chevys are here. All 2324 Silverado Silverado light duties have 2.9% financing for 72 months. The hottest new 2014 Chevy Blazer, 1.9% financing and no payments till April. And the #1 selling family vehicle, the Equinox, 24 models. You got it. 1.9% financing and no payments till April. Team One Chevrolet, home of the best people, the best service, period.
Hey, this is Jason at Reeves Insurance. Just want to say a quick thank you to all of our customers for your support over the years. We now have offices in Anniston, Alexandria, and Oxford in order to serve you better. So stop in and see me or any of our experienced staff and let us shop for you. We'll find you the best price and the best coverage available. Thank you.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upward Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
For over 60 years, pain relief products were developed by big pharma and companies that could cause harmful side effects. Now there is something new in a topical pain relief product. Thousands of people who experience pain daily are now enjoying a safe pain relief product. This big discovery is Sweet Relief. Sweet Relief is a 100% all-natural OTC product that allows you to experience with no drugs, no chemicals, no alcohols, no CBDs, just fruit moisturizing with a tropical scent. Thousands have bought and used Sweet Relief with great success. Sweet Relief specializes in relieving minor arthritis, muscle and joint pain in 1 to 2 minutes. That's 1 to 2 minutes, not days or weeks. Order today. Go to www.mysweetrelief.com. That is mysweetrelief.com.
I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV 24 News update. Donald Trump Jr. took to social media to ask why Alabama cannot pass a bill allowing the people to vote on a lottery. He said gaming is always a hot topic when he talks to people from Alabama. He stated on X, in quote, "I'm excited to be in Alabama next week for a fundraiser for my dad, but whenever I ask anyone from there what's going on in the state, this is all they talk about. Why is their Senate refusing to let the people vote on a clean bill to legalize the lottery and fund education when 45 states already do it? Wouldn't they rather keep the billions of dollars in Alabama instead of sending it to other states? Makes no sense to me." Governor Kay Ivey has urged lawmakers to get a lottery bill passed this session. She told reporters on Wednesday, in quote, "My position has remained unchanged. It's time for the voters of Alabama to have their say. Legislators have had their say all along. Now it's time for the Alabama voters to vote, and let's get this done." Trump Jr. will be speaking at a fundraising event in Birmingham on May 9th for his father, Donald J. Trump. The Department of Justice recently recommended reclassifying marijuana, which would remove it from the same category as other drugs such as heroin. This could have significant implications nationwide, including in Alabama. According to Jefferson County District Attorney Danny Carr, these federal changes won't make much of a difference at the state level. If you are caught with marijuana, the amount you have will determine whether you are facing a misdemeanor or felony charge. If you are caught with a small amount of the drug, it could be considered a misdemeanor, indicating that it might have been for personal use. But if you are caught again with the same amount, it becomes a felony. Possessing 2 pounds or more of marijuana is an automatic felony in Alabama. The U.S. Attorney General has recommended that cannabis be classified as a Schedule III drug, indicating a low potential for dependency. He stated, in quote, "The state still has the right to regulate marijuana as they see fit under what they call the state police powers. And right now, our state legislature has not made a move when it comes to decriminalization. As it relates to reclassification of marijuana, it only concerns federal cases or cases that happen in federal court." For WEAC TV 24, I'm Lacey Klontz.
Rise and shine, everyone. We want to remind you it is Older Americans Month, and we have a hashtag for you. So if you are doing something special or creative for an older American in your life, make sure you post that with the hashtag AL Cares for Seniors. So we'll be doing that, and we want to make sure to highlight and to celebrate the special seniors that are in your life. And so, Ellen, I want to make sure that we broach on this. One of the things that we talked about was dementia, and you gave us some statistics that really left me speechless. I did not know that there was so many people in our community and in our state and in really, you know, in the U.S. that suffer from dementia, and we don't really know what that looks like. And so one of the things, I think we have a picture of this that you did with the med prep students, is went out and really allowed them to see firsthand what it is to be tasked with dementia. So tell us about this, Dementia Friendly Alabama with Med Prep students.
Dementia Friendly Alabama is one of my favorite parts of my job. I actually go out and teach many different populations, first responders, school-age children, elementary school with books, that kind of thing. But then I also do high school and college kids. And I had the opportunity to partner with the EMA, and we went out to the Career Tech Academy, the Career Academy in Calhoun County in Jacksonville, and the Med Prep students, which is in the Health and Science department there. Miss Waddell is their instructor. She was great. She had 2 classes, so I had 2 classes that actually came, and you can see pictures of us talking, and some of them looking at our robotic pets, and then I also do like a virtual thing. But the main thing I teach to them is, you know, what to do, what not to do, how to talk to a dementia patient, how to treat them, to have empathy, to be kind. Then I teach them a little bit of background about what dementia is, because everybody gets confused that they think dementia and Alzheimer's is the same thing, and it's not. Like I said, there's a big umbrella called dementia, and then there's types of dementia, and Alzheimer's is just your most commonly diagnosed. So we talk about all different types of dementia, and especially with young people, they don't realize, you know, because a lot of young people are like, oh, I don't need to listen to that because I won't ever get that until I get like 80, you know. Right. Well, the youngest patient we had was 17. Really? So your parts of your brain is dying. Sometimes Down syndrome children can get it. No, they don't all, of course, but some can. If someone has head trauma, I've talked to sports people. I've talked to JSU, the football team, when Coach Cross was here. So, because concussions, you know, so there's alcohol-induced dementia. There is, vascular-induced dementia. There's frontal lobe dementia, Lewy body dementia. There's all different kinds of dementia. So we talk about that, and then I show them the robotic pets and the walker squawkers and all that good stuff. But then at the very end, I do a virtual. And the virtual is like, I'm wanting to get goggles, the virtual goggles. I want to get those too, but right now I don't have them. But one of the things that I do is I give them, I actually tape some of their fingers together, and then I put them in these big gloves, and that represents rheumatoid, like arthritis or neuropathy, right? Then we put goggles on them, and the goggles have, they're each one's different. One is like macular degeneration, one is cataracts, one is glaucoma, one is diabetes, like different ones. And I'll put on a set of goggles, and then I put headphones on them, and I blast whatever station I can find it on. So one girl, I think the other day in that picture, was listening to baseball. One was listening to some other station. I don't know what it was, but they can't. So before they put the headphones on, I tell them all to look at me if they need to read my lips or just pay attention to me, and I give them directions, and they have to do everything. I'm going to give you tasks to do, and you have to do everything in the order that I tell you to do. Wow. And they're like, okay. And so then when we put the earphones, and I do this with our first responders too. So, so they're sitting there, and I have them, like you saw in the pictures, they actually have, they can actually have to set a table, like a place setting, or they can set, they have to write their name and their address on a piece of paper, and then I give them pill boxes with pill bottles that have Tic Tacs in it with different colors, and then I tell them, I want you to, after you write your name and your address down, I want you to get those pills out, separate the colors, and I want you to put green in Monday, yellow and Wednesday, and this other color on Friday. Oh, make that Saturday. And they're all just, they have no clue what I'm saying to them. And then with those big gloves and everything, trying to pick up those little Tic Tacs out of the pill, to put in the pill box. And so after it's all over with, I tell them to take it off, and I'm like, was that easy? And they're like, no, oh my gosh, that was horrible, And I said, well, imagine you have all those things going on, and then you add to that you have cognitive issues. You have dementia. You can't remember, short-term memory's gone, right? So you can't remember the first thing I told you.
Wow. It was just eye-opening for them?
Yes, it was very, and they were like, oh, wow, so because we always teach, I teach first responders, everybody, all the time, short-term memory is gone, so don't tell them 10 things to do at one time, because you lost them at the first thing you said.
Yeah, there's the first responders.
Yeah, that's the first responder courses. I do fire, police, and EMS, and you can't tell someone, I'm going to, like with EMTs, you can't tell somebody, hey, I need you to sit right here and I need you to roll your sleeve up, and then I'm going to put this cup on you and I'm going to take your blood pressure, and then after that, blah, 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 and you just keep on. Yeah. You lost them because they have no clue what you just said. So that's why it's very important. And when I tell them, when they're doing the virtual, I tell them real fast. And then I change my mind in the middle and say, no, don't do it Friday, do it, and I go back about, I do different days, or tell them to write different things, or I might tell them, no, don't write your address down, I need you to write this down, and, and then they're like, okay, we don't even have dementia, and we don't even know what you said, we can't even remember what you said, don't even know what you said, and the ones that have really bad eye issues, they couldn't even read my lips, so it's very powerful, and it's very powerful not only to our first responders and those med students, but it's very powerful to the younger children too, and some of the younger children that went through it, I tell them, well, are you going to think twice about when you tell your mama or papa to hurry up, or, and they're like, oh yeah, because they can't help it, and I'm like, yeah, they can't, and Dementia Friendly Alabama, we actually go into schools K through 5th grade, and all you teachers out there, I'm available in our 10-county region. Please call me, because I've only actually done 3 schools. I've only done Oxford Elementary, Welborn, and Alexandria. And I actually have a teacher's plan, the lesson plan. It's a state evidence program, so the state gave us the lesson plan to give to the teacher, so that's something you don't have to come up with. We have that for you for that, because it's only like an hour, an hour and a half little program. And if I come there and actually read the book to the kids and talk to them, and I bring the robotic pets, and we do coloring sheets and all that, but I donate the books to the school.
Oh, great. Well, teachers and schools and first responders or community partners or businesses, reach out to Ellen, and she can help, and give your employees and your students a better sense of understanding. Right. Because oftentimes, even with dementia, we were talking with someone the other night that has a car dealership, and you even say, well, how many times does somebody come in, and how do you handle that? Because you want to be kind. We want to be kind to one another, and sometimes when we don't have that understanding, it's hard to find the kindness.
Right, and the thing about it too is, like September 16th, we're having Dementia Friendly Alabama, but it's for seniors, specifically for seniors. So I partnered with EMA for that as well, and this is going to be geared more towards seniors and how you can make your business a dementia-friendly business. We want people to, it's free, we're not charging for it, but you would get a window cling that says that your business is a dementia-free business, that you are a dementia-free certified business, and that you'll also get a certificate to hang up in your place's business too. But we're just focusing on businesses this time for September 16th. So Dementia Friendly Alabama is a wonderful program. Education is key. It's key.
And that's happening over there in September.
Yeah, September 16th at the Oxford Civic Center, and it's free. And we want you to register. You could go online. You can go to our Facebook page. It's Alabama Cares. The Alabama Cares program, East Alabama, and we actually have the registration information on that page. Or you can go to East Alabama's web page. I think that you have all that, the QR codes.
We'll make sure that we put that on.
So that you can go and register, and like I said, it's free. But we're starting now to really go forward with it because we want a lot of people, and we're having it on a Monday, so barber shops and beauty shops can participate because we know Mondays they're always closed. But we're wanting to focus like on car dealerships, like you said, or people that go into homes, like your exterminators or whoever, insurance companies, banks, grocery stores. Utility departments.
I can't think of anybody who wouldn't benefit from that. I mean, that is very beneficial. Well, that is our time for today. Time flies when you're having fun. Make sure that you're visiting that Facebook page. We'll make sure to put that in the comment on our Facebook page under this, and also make sure that you share this because there are so many people that could benefit from seeing this. So, Ellen, have a wonderful weekend.
And don't forget the hashtag.
Don't forget the hashtag. We're going to go out reminding you on that. Make sure that we're helping you celebrate your older Americans this month. For Older Americans Month, make sure that you hashtag something special that you're doing or your church is doing or your senior group is doing. Hashtag AL Cares for Seniors. So make sure you put that on there. And again, we appreciate you for joining us every morning for Rise and Shine. And we will see you back here on Monday morning. Have a wonderful and safe weekend out there. Thanks again for joining us. And thank you for Ellen for being here with Alabama Cares on Fridays. So we'll see you back here on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.